Yeah, very good morning, students and parents. Welcome to the new session. As you know, we are going to start new batches from June 2nd onwards, and for the preparation of Neet 2025. And we are happy to introduce you all about the new program. Especially, we are going to start with some important concepts with our eminent and most experienced faculty members of this Chaitanya group, Vijayawada. And in this session, the faculty is going to explain you the important concepts. Be aware about what are the basic gaps between different aspects of the concepts here. The faculty is going to discuss those aspects in a simpler manner along with some questions or some tips. So I hope this is going to helpful for you a lot. At the same time, so please concentrate more, because some of you are already aware that you are not going to get the seat, but don't worry, we are here to help you a lot. And thank you, wishing you all the best for these all coming up academic year, that is 2025. Thank you. Now I'm introducing Manoj sir, chemistry faculty, is going to start the session. Thank you.
Good morning, students. And you kindly write on the chat box. And okay, so students, please say good morning. Then I will start. At least one student, two students say good morning. Okay. Good morning, student. Good morning. So, dear student, today we will start with the chemistry. Here, our topic is, we will starting with the first topic, that's some basic concept of chemistry. Concept of chemistry. And communication from your side is required. So please respond in the text. So here we are starting with the atomic mass. Okay. And I think it is very common for you. Will you tell me what is the atomic mass of hydrogen? Here is, if I am asking, you generally says that 1U. 1U, it is exactly 1.0079 or approximately 08 U. If we are talking about the atomic mass of helium, this is equal to 4 U. If we are talking about the lithium, this is equal to 7 U. For beryllium, or you must know these are the very basic thing, 9 U. For boron, it is 10.8 U. Now the question is that what this U is. This is atomic mass unit. This U we are writing here. What is this? This is atomic mass unit. So here we are starting for which one? That is atomic mass unit. What this atomic mass unit is? This is written as AMU, or simply it is written as U only. So whenever we are writing U, this means that is atomic mass unit. Now the value of this atomic mass unit is, here this U is equal to, that is equal to 1.66 into 10 raised to power minus 24 grams. This is very important. You can write in this way, or either you can write this U is equal to 1 upon 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 grams. These both are same. That is atomic mass unit. Now, if we have written there, that is atomic mass of hydrogen. If we are asking atomic mass of hydrogen, You told me this is 1.008 U or approximately 1 U. So, if we have to convert this into the grams, then it is 1.008 into. Now, what is the value of this U? This U is 1.66 into 10 raised to power minus 24 grams. So, this will be, that is equal to 1 point, here is 673 into 10 raised to power minus 24 grams. Are you understanding? So, please write in the chat box. Very nice. Some students are responding over there. So, they are defining atomic mass unit is 1/12th of a C12 atom. He is very right. So, good morning, Mridula. So, dear student, if we have to convert every atom, now if we have a just, what is the mass of here? What is mass of one helium atom? One helium atom. So, dear student, that is helium. What you written? That is equal to 4U. But if we have to convert this into the grams, so that will be 4 into, what is the value of U? That is 1.66 into 10 raised to power minus 24. This is the mass of helium in grams. Are you getting? Or you can say that is 4. The second way that I told you, that is 1 upon 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. So, that is how this atomic mass is. We can convert to the grams. My dear student, in the same way, this is in which one? In grams. In grams. Are you understanding? Please respond. So, if we have to be, here is mass of, in the same way, that is mass of one carbon atom. Mass of one carbon atom. Dear student, atomic mass of carbon is 12U. But we have to convert this into the grams. So, we have two ways. I am telling you, either you can write 12 into 1.66 into 10 raised to power minus 24. Whatever the calculation is easy for you, you can write in this way. Here is 12 and 1U is equal to 1 upon 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. Are you understanding? This is in grams. So, students, please respond in the chat box. This is easy calculation, I think. This is approximately 2. That is, exact value is 987 into 10 raised to power minus 23 grams. So, you got it or not? That atomic mass and then has to be converted into the grams, and we can convert into the grams. Any atom, atomic mass of. Now we are moving. Is that clear, boys and girls? Now we are moving to the molecular mass. Here is molecular mass. My dear student, molecular mass. We are starting with the very simple. Here is for H2. So this is equal to 1 into 2. Atomic mass is, that is equal to 2U. Is that clear? But if we have to convert this into the grams, that is equal to, here is 2 and here is, please tell me, 1.66 into 10 raised to power minus 24. Now this is the mass in grams. Are you understanding? Otherwise, just we have to be calculate into the atomic mass unit in AMU. For here is H2, or I am starting with methane. Here is CH4. So this is 12. I am writing directly now. Here is 4 is equal to what? 16 U. This is mass of one molecule of methane. Is that clear? So dear student, if we have to convert this into the grams, yes, we can convert. How we can convert? Any question is there? If there will be a question, please tell me. So that is equal to what? Here is 16 into, if we have to convert this into the grams, then 16. Here is 16 into, please tell me, 1.66 into 10 raised to power minus 24. Now it will be in the grams. Now sometime if we have a question like, what is the mass of one molecule of methane? So then we can calculate. Is that clear or not? We can write for other one. Now I am writing here. You please practice with me. Here is 2 and plus 16. That is equal to 18U. I am telling you, please practice with me. Here is methane. So molecular mass of methane is, methane we written for the carbon dioxide. Here is for CO2. So this is equal to 44. Here is 12 and plus 32. That is equal to 44U. Then here is most common I am writing nitric acid. Nitric acid is 1 and plus 14 and 16. 3 is the 48. That is 48. That is equal to 63U. For sulfuric acid, I am writing here for the sulfuric acid, molecular mass of H2SO4. I am writing directly. These are the some common that you must know. It is 98U. For phosphoric acid, H3 and PO4, that is also 98U. For calcium carbonate, here is calcium carbonate. This is 100U. For sodium carbonate, this is sodium carbonate. Molecular mass of this one is 106U. These are some common. Mridula is responding. That's very nice. So then here is glucose. There is C6, H12 and O6. This is 180U. Here is C12, H22, O11. This is 342U. You got it? These are the molecular mass. Once again, if we have a question, what question I am writing? Here is calculate. What we have, that is calculate mass of one molecule of the following. Are you understanding question? Please respond in the chat box. Nivi, good morning beta. So here is number 1. For which one? For water, H2O. What we have to do? Then for carbon dioxide. Then for sulfuric acid. Here is H2SO4. Then for glucose, 4th. That is C6H12, C6H12 and O6. What is our question? We have to calculate mass of each molecule of this one. So please give me idea what to do. Dear, first of all, here is for water, H2O. What is its molecular mass? That is 18U. Are you understanding this one? So, dear friend, we have to be convert. That is 18 into what? 1.66 into 10 raised to power minus 24. You can calculate in this way or second. What we have a option second. Please tell me. Here is 18 and this is 1 upon 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. Is that clear? Please respond. So dear, I think this is a simple calculation here. Are you understanding? 2.9. 3 you can take approximately. I am writing 2.9 into 10 raised to power minus 23 grams. This is mass of one water molecule. So dear student, can you calculate for the carbon dioxide? For second, for CO2. Now I think it is easy. That is equal to 44 upon 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. Is that clear? So please respond. Here is 7 point something into 10 raised to power minus 23 grams. So in this way, we can calculate. Dear student, please say yes or no. So that is what? That is atomic mass and molecular mass. So after that, now one is sometime there is average atomic mass. Now we will calculate about average atomic mass. Here is average atomic mass. Do you know that if we talk about the boron, how many isotope boron has? Boron has 2 isotopes. I am writing here. That is, if we are talking about boron, boron has how many isotopes? 2 isotopes. And these isotopes are, please write in the box, chat box, that is B10 and B11. I think you understand that one. Means the sum of atom of boron has atomic mass of 10U and the sum of atom of the boron has atomic mass of 11U. Now the percentage of this one is it exists in the universe only 20% and this exists 80%. Their ratio is 1:4. Are you understanding? If we talk about their ratio of their existence is equal to 1:4. Okay. Anoya is responding. Very right. Now we have to find out average atomic mass. Average atomic mass of boron is, here is 10. What about its percentage? That is 20 and plus 11. What about its percentage? That is 80 divided by 100. Okay. For the simple calculation, you can take the ratio. That is 10 into 1 and plus 11 into 4 divided by 5. You got it or not? Basically, we taken out 20 common from here. So this will be 10 point. That average atomic mass of boron is, here is 10.8 U. This is average atomic mass. Is that clear, students? So next one. In the same manner, this chlorine has, here is if we talk about, chlorine exists in 2 isotopic form, 2 isotopes. And these isotopes are What are these isotopes? Here is Cl 35 and here is Cl 37 and their percentage is, this is, it exists 75%. Its existence is 75 and its existence is only 25. So dear student, if we talk about their ratio is 3:1. So then we have to find out its average atomic mass. If average atomic mass will be, please guide me, here is 35 into 75 and plus here is 37 into 25 divided by 100. Am I clear? Very nice. Mradula responding. So this can be written as, here is 35, here is 3 and plus 37 into 1 divided by 4 and this will be 35 point, here is 35.5 is the average atomic mass. So dear student, please respond. Then I am writing here and you have to calculate the average atomic mass. You must know. Here is carbon has 3 isotopes. We know very well that carbon has 3 isotopes. And what these isotopes are? We know very well. One is C12, one is C13, one is C14. C14 is radioactive. I think everyone knows. Dear student, if they are talking about their percentage, it exists 98.89% C12. And if we talk about the C13, this is 1.1. And if we talk about C14, it is 2.0 into 10 raised to power minus of 2, minus of 10. So can you calculate? Can you calculate its average atomic mass? Its average atomic mass. Here is M, that is equal to 12 into 98.89% and plus here is 13 into 1.1 and plus 14 into 2 into 10 raised to power minus 10. Is that clear, students? Upon 100. So that's how it comes out approximately. Average atomic mass of carbon is 12.011 U. Generally we say that atomic mass of carbon is 12 U. So we are talking about the most stable isotope. Which one is the most stable isotope? If we talk about the carbon, this one is most stable. This is most stable. And what about this one? This one is radioactive. Is that clear? Then after that, we will talk about the one more point is there before going to the mole concept, that is formula mass. Where we use formula mass? Please write in the chat box. In case of ionic compound. Someone written? So here is, for example, in case of NaCl. So here we will not say its molecular mass. We will say it's a formula mass. It is calculated in the same way. Here is 23 and plus 35.5. It is 58.5 U. This is what? This is the formula mass of NaCl. Then here is calcium fluoride. Here is CaF2. Calcium fluoride. Calcium fluoride is also ionic compound. Calcium is 40 and 38. So this will be 78U. Here is 78U. So if you have to write for the sodium sulfate, here is sodium sulfate. So you can write that is 23 2s are 46 and sulfate is 96 U. You got it or not? Please respond. These are the yes, Ashwini, 78 U. You written there. Very good. So these are the what we have discussed atomic mass. Please respond. 46 plus 96 U. Very good. Mridula. So dear student, we discussed about the atomic mass, then about the molecular mass, and then what is the difference between the some difference between molecular mass and formula mass. Dear student, there is no difference. In case of covalent compound, we use, here is formula mass is for which one? For ionic compound. You got to know or not? Please tell me. Difference between the same. You got to know? So, in case of simple covalent compound, we will write molecular mass. Is that clear? Now after that, now we will move on. So now we will move on mole concept. Okay. So we will move on mole concept. So will you tell me anyone what is mole? Mole is the unit of amount of substance. Amount of substance can be in the term of number. Amount of substance can be in the term of mass. Amount of substance can be in the term of volume. Okay. So let us try to understand. 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 particles. Okay, and this is Avogadro's number. You can say particles if we are talking about in the term of particles. So that is in the term of number, that we have written the term of which one? In the term of numbers. If we have to define, I am telling you that mole is the unit of amount of substance, and amount of substance may be in the term of number, and it may be in the term of mass. 1 mole is equal to molar mass, that is molar mass of a substance. Okay, and this molar mass may be gram atomic mass, gram atomic mass, or maybe gram molecular mass. I will explain it, don't worry. Gram molecular mass. And this definition is in the term of mass. Please respond yes or no. I am telling you, first definition of mole is in the term of particles. Number of particles in the 1 mole is equal to, very nice, 1 mole of the amount of substance which contain as many as particle. Very good, you're responding. So here is second definition of mole. Can we understand the term of amount of substance, mass? Then the third one is 1 mole, and this is applicable for the gases only. 1 mole of a gas, 1 mole of a gas is equal to, that is 22.4 liter of a gas at the STP, standard temperature and pressure, and in milliliter 22,400 milliliter at where? STP. Is that clear? Just I have written, these are the mole can be defined in the term of numbers, mole can be defined in the term of mass, and mole can be defined in the term of volume. All is amount of substance. Is that clear, boys? Now, here we will how to calculate. Okay, now one more thing that I will explain you here, gram atomic mass and the gram molecular mass. Once again, I am going on the atomic mass once again. What is the difference between the atomic mass? Yes, we discussed this atomic mass. For example, what is the mass of one carbon atom? Atomic mass of carbon. You told me that is 12U, and I can convert that into the grams, and that is equal to what? That is equal to 12 upon 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. Is that clear? Please respond. That is approximately 2. I am right. 1.98. Approximately 2.0 into 10 raised to power minus 23 grams. Dear student, please tell me what is this? This is mass of one carbon atom. Please respond. Now, dear, interesting point is that is mass of 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 carbon atoms. I will wait for your response. I am telling you, this is mass of one carbon atom. This is mass of one carbon atom. Mass of one carbon atom is 2 into 10 raised to power minus 23 grams. And what about the, no one is responding. I am asking mass of 1 mole of carbon atom is equal to 12 gram. Dear student, this is gram atomic mass of carbon. That is gram atomic mass of carbon atom. This is also called 1 gram atom. You got it or not? Yes, I will take another example. That is atomic mass of, I am writing here, that is atomic mass of sodium. Atomic mass of sodium is, please tell me quickly, that is equal to what? 23U. Dear student, this is the mass of one sodium atom. And mass of one sodium atom, if we have to write into the gram, please tell me, that is 23 into 1 upon 66. I am writing 1 into 66 into 10 raised to power minus 24 grams. This is, please respond me, this is the mass of one sodium atom. But what will be the mass of, here is, that is mass of 6.022. Please write in the chat box, into 10 raised to power 23 sodium atoms. Please respond. No one is writing. Yes. No, dear student. This is 23 gram. It will be 23 grams. Please respond yes or no. I am saying if the mass of one sodium atom is 23 into 6.0, 1.66 into 10 raised to power 24 gram. This is the mass of one sodium atom. Please respond. And this is Now I think enough formula, enough example. So dear student, this is called the gram atomic mass of sodium. So if I asked, give me 1 mole of carbon, you are not responding. 1 mole of carbon, mass of that one is 12 gram. And dear, it contains 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 carbon atoms. Please respond me yes or no. I am asking you, give me 1 mole of sodium. Please give me 1 mole of sodium. 1 mole of sodium is equal to what? That is 23 gram. And it contains 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 sodium atoms. Please tell me, example are enough? Give me 1 mole of calcium. That is 1 mole of calcium. How much calcium you will give me? No one is responding. Right. That is 40 gram. And this contains Na, Avogadro number of calcium atom. Am I clear or not? Please respond. So dear student, now you came to know what is gram atomic mass. Gram atomic mass is the mass of 1 mole atoms of an element. So 1 mole, I am writing here simply 1 mole in the term of mass is equal to what? Gram atomic mass of an element. Is that clear? Now second one is gram molecular mass. Gram molecular mass. Now please respond. If we talk about the molecular mass, I will ask, you will write. That is molecular mass of water. Alright, please. Molecular mass of water is equal to 18 U. This means this is mass of one water molecule. My dear friend, please respond. Is that clear or not? Dear student, if I ask in the another way, that is mass of 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 water molecules. So that is equal to 18 gram. You got the difference? Dear student, if you are talking about the mass of one molecule of water, then it is 18 U. And if you are talking about mass of 1 mole of water molecule, that is equal to 18 gram. Please respond. Now I am writing. I am asking you, please give me 1 mole of water. How much water you will give me? 18 gram. I will ask you 1 mole of nitric acid, HNO3. Please write in the chat box. 63 gram. 1 mole of sulfuric acid, H2SO4. That is 98 gram. Please respond. 1 mole of glucose. 1 mole of C6, H12O6. 1 mole of sugar, C12, H22O11. Please respond. You will give me 180 gram. You will give me 342 gram. Is that clear or not? So, dear student, here simply I can say Let me revise you here. I have written 1 mole is equal to gram atomic mass. Now I can write 1 mole is equal to 1 mole is equal to what? Gram molecular mass. Gram molecular mass. Is that clear? Now, dear student, I am coming on the only first formula of the mole. How to calculate? First of all, respond me. Is that clear? I am revising for you. 1 mole is 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 particle. 1 mole is equal to gram atomic mass or gram molecular mass. 1 mole is equal to 22.4 liter of a gas at the STP. Mole is unit of amount of substance, and amount of substance may be in the term of number, may be in the term of mass, or may be in the term of volume. Is that clear? Please respond. Then, how to calculate number of moles? Now we have a formula to calculate number of moles. Number of moles, small n representation. Dear student, we have a formula. Number of moles, given mass. This mass will be given you in the grams. Let me clarify you. In order to have the moles, mass has to divide with the molar mass. So please tell me, given mass upon molar mass. Molar mass. This is the first formula. Is that clear? Now I told you this molar mass, either it will be gram atomic mass or either it will be gram molecular mass. Are you understanding the difference? Gram atomic mass in the term when we are talking about an element. When we are talking about element, for example, carbon, for example, sodium, iron. If we are talking about these, then given mass upon their gram atomic mass. And if we are talking about molecules, for example, H2, for example, O2, for example, CH4, for example, H2SO4, water. You are getting the difference? Please tell me. Someone is responding. Okay. So this is first formula. So let me write question based on this one. Here is calculate number of moles in the following. And my dear student, please, it's a practice for you. So you take a copy and solve. Definitely I will solve with you. Here is 2.4 kilogram of carbon. Then here is 4.6. This is milligram of sodium. And number 3, it is 1.08 gram of silver. Number 3, 4, 1.8 kilogram of water. Number 5, 8.8 milligram of CO2. Number 6, here is 9.8 gram of sulfuric acid. My dear student, no, they are talking to each other. So please have your attention on the topic only. Give me, don't worry. So here is number 1 is we have to find out number of moles, that is 2.4. Is it in the grams? No, it is in kilogram. 10 raised to power 3 has to convert, divided by gram atomic mass. Respond please. That is 12. Either clear or not? That is 200 moles. Number 2, we have to calculate the number of moles. 4.6. Dear student, is it in the grams? We have to be converted into the, in which? Milli. Milli means 10 raised to power minus 3 upon 23. Is that clear or not? Here is 2 into 10 raised to power minus 2 moles. Then I am moving on the 4th now. Dear student, difference between these two. These are the elements and these are the molecules. So number 4, number of moles. Here is 1.8 divided by 1.8 in grams or kilograms and divided by 18. So that is equal to what? 100 moles. Number 6. Now it is in grams. 9.8 divided by 98. This is 0.1 mole. Please confirm me. Very first formula of number of moles. Number of moles is equal to gram atomic mass of an element. Dear, I didn't forget the silver, but that is a practice for you. In this way, you will say, I forgot the 5. Here is 3. Number of moles. 1.08 upon, this is in the grams, upon what? That is 0.01 mole. Means if I am writing 10 question, then out of 10 question, at least you practice for, I will solve some of the question and rest you solve yourself. Is that clear? Okay. I was writing the conclusion over here. That is, I told you about the element. Here is for if a substance is an element. In this case, we will say that 1 mole is equal to gram atomic mass. And my dear student, this is also known as gram atom. So, you got it that this one or not? I am telling you, in case of element, if you are writing 1 mole or 1 gram atom, same thing. And here, in case of molecules, in case of molecular substance, this 1 mole is equal to what? Gram molecular mass. And this is called gram molecule. I am telling you and repeating this one. This is very important. Means If the substance is an element, if we are talking about 1 mole or 1 gram atom, this is the same. And in case of the molecular substances, if we are saying, students are talking to each other. If I am saying, if this molecular substance, then 1 mole and the gram molecule, they are the in which one? Yes, you are right, correct. This is in the negative, so it will be 10 raised to power minus 4. Is that clear? So dear student, I was concluding over here. Okay, I have taken little bit extra time. So if it is element, we are talking about the mole, that is the gram atom. If it is molecule, if we are talking about mole, it is gram molecule. So thank you very much everyone. Okay. Now is the time for the physics class. Okay, thank you very much. Say bye. I am waiting for your bye. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much.
Good morning. Good morning, all of you. Can you hear me? Please respond. Good morning, all of you. Yes. My name is Harimohan Singh, and I will take care some physics portion. Definitely, we cannot cover all the things. And a very simple thing, I will start from some important topic related to the mechanics, especially. And the important topic I'm starting friction, because the friction is one of the important, and from laws of motion it is a part, and in that part you will learn how the friction is applied in different questions and the concept of the friction. And one of the finest thing about this concept is that there are very misconception in the students. They are having in their mind they are how we can apply those things, how we cannot apply this friction where, and friction is good for motion or not, it is bad for motion or not. We have to understand those things. Okay, the very important part of friction is that how it can be applied in different places. So we have to understand those things. So try to learn the concept first. So I am starting from basic concept you can learn. Suppose there is one box is placed. Okay, some box is placed on a horizontal surface, and I want to move it from one place to another place. In that part, I want to learn it will move or not. If this surface is the normal surface we are having in our daily life, in that surface you will learn the box will require some force, then only it will move from one place to another place. Without that, it is not possible to move from one place to another place. That's a very simple thing. Suppose I want to move also, so I have to put some force on the ground, then only I can move. If I will not move, put any force, it is not possible to move from one place to another place. So important part is that we have to need one force. Why it is needed? So for that, I will start from very scratch thing, very simple thing. You will learn from it. So there the one statement was the Galileo's statement. Galileo said something. Before that, there the one person is not known as that Aristotle. I'm starting from very prehistory. You will learn how the motion is defined and how they are relating, the forces are required or not. The very important part is the Aristotle. He said very simple statement. If anybody want to move from one place to another place, that requires some force. Without that force, it cannot move from one place to another place. So there's one question is asked, how the arrows are moved from one place to another place. He gave a very simple idea. You will understand. He said, suppose there's one arrow is there. I'm just changing the color. Just wait. And suppose this arrow is there. If I say this arrow, so he said when arrow is moving in the air, so what happened? The air is coming from the front, and this air is just pushing this arrow to move in the forward direction. That is the happened. That said by the Aristotle. This is the Aristotle's theory. But this theory, you will understand that this theory is not correct. So this is we call Aristotle's fallacy. Okay. But from this point of view, we understand one basic thing, because normal people also, the layman people also know the basic about any motion requires some forces. Even suppose when it start to move, it also requires some force, otherwise it will not move. If bicycle moving with the even constant velocity, it requires some force, otherwise it cannot move. So to understand that thing, the Galileo and Newton does a lot of work, and especially the Newton. And Newton said about it that there is a friction force is there. If friction force is neglected or we can remove it, then no force is required for uniform motion. That means there's one important concept comes into picture. What is the friction force? So when we are talking about the friction force, in that part we have to understand what is the meaning of friction force. What is the meaning of friction force? So friction force is nothing else one reaction force. When body is in contact and there are two surfaces are there and they want to move against each other, they want to move relative to each other. In that case, what will happen? There will be friction force will act. The friction force will act in that case only. So what is the meaning of friction force? We have to understand. It is only in solid, or it is only in liquid, or it is in both cases, or in some gases also it is act or not. So to understand the basic scratch, what I said, whenever the two surfaces want to move or moving with each other, in that case, what is happening? There the friction force is acting. Suppose maybe solid. Suppose one trunk is placed, or suppose this part is placed here, this solid is there and placed on our hand. It want to move in a horizontal surface or in inclined plane also. It doesn't matter. So in that case, there the friction force is acting, because there are two surfaces. One surface and my hand is having the second surface. There are two surfaces. There the friction force is act. Second thing, if I say the water is flowing or any liquid is flowing, in that liquid also the liquid actually flow in the form of the layers. There is also friction force is acting. That friction force we call a viscous force. That is also a friction force. Come to the next part. If the one car is moving from one place to another place, when we see its wheel, the wheel is rotating. Okay, that is we call actually rolling. What is the meaning of rolling? It is actually moving in a forward direction also, in rotating also. We call rotation plus translation, that is a rolling. So their rolling is happening. In that case also there is a friction force. and we define that friction force is a very special name, that is a rolling friction. We will learn about it later, don't worry about it. I'm just giving a basic idea about it. Now come to the second case. When we are saying if a body is moving in the air, in that case also you will see what is happening. When body is moving in air, the air is pushing its body in backward direction. We call it air drag, and that is also air friction. So friction can be in any kind of, we can say the state, it may be solid, is liquid or gases. We can define it the different name, but that is the actual thing is not same, that is the friction only. It may be between the solid surfaces, maybe solid and liquid surfaces, and liquid surfaces also, and solid and liquid gaseous surfaces also, we define it. So this is a very basic thing we call air friction, or we call viscous force, or maybe solid friction. But now, right now, I will actually focus only one friction, that is the friction force acting between the two solid forces, two solid surfaces we are talking about. Now come to the basic thing you will understand. When we are talking about the two bodies, suppose the one block is moving, I'm repeating again the same example, block is moving and on my hand, then what kind of friction force is acting? So for that we have to understand basic concept, what is the meaning of friction. So friction force is a reaction force, or we call actually contact force. I am giving basic theory related to the friction. So try to learn first, then we will apply in the different kind of question. Definitely I will show you many questions. Try to focus on the class and try to take some pen and copy and try to solve along with me. Okay, now come to the board, you will understand. Okay, now basic question I am starting. You will understand the friction meaning. The friction is the contact force, or we can say it is a surface force. It acts along the surface in contact its nature is electromagnetic. Its nature is electromagnetic. It is electromagnetic force. Next, it is the parallel component of reaction force acting on a body parallel to the acting on a body moving or in impending motion. Impending motion. What is the meaning of impending motion or moving? What is the meaning of that? I will explain. Don't worry. Just try to focus first what I am giving to you. This is the friction force I am talking about. And what is the meaning of it? Is a parallel component of the reaction force. We have to understand those things first. So basic thing I have given to you is the friction. Now try to understand what is the meaning of this. When we are talking about, suppose there's a one body is placed here, and this mass is m, and this body want to move from one place to another place. Suppose having some velocity, it is moving from one place to another place. In that case, what will happen there? In this body will experience some forces. What are the forces it will experience? This is the mg, there would be mg, there would be one normal also, and because this is moving in forward direction, there is a relative motion, I told you. So whenever there the motion is there, so it will oppose. Okay, so there will oppose. That means this friction force opposes the relative motion. It opposes opposes the impending motion or relative motion acting between the surfaces in contact. I think you can see this part, surface in contact. This is a very basic thing. What is the meaning? This body is moving, this block having one surface here, and this lower ground is also having one surface, and they are in contact. When it is moving, so there would be one what friction force will act. Where the friction force? It will oppose the relative motion. Motion in forward direction. That means it has to be opposed. When it has to be opposed, that means friction force in forward direction or backward direction. Please tell me. Forward or backward? Please answer it. The friction force will act on the block in forward direction or backward direction. Please answer it. I am waiting for your answer. Anyone? There is no answer from your side. Please, I am waiting for it. Guys, you are very intelligent. I know that part. Please answer it. Please answer it. Forward or backward? Backward direction. Good. So the friction force will act in a backward direction. Now listen carefully. Now see clearly, you will understand very important concept from it. What is that? Friction force in backward, normal force is perpendicular to the surface. There are two forces. They are perpendicular to it. Listen carefully, you will understand. There the one normal force is there, one friction force is there. Both are perpendicular. Normal force is contact force, friction force is contact force. Normal force is surface force, friction force is surface force. Normal force is electromagnetic force, friction force also electromagnetic. They are coincidence or they are actually component of one single force. They are component of a single force. They are component, there is a perpendicular component, there is a parallel component along the surface. There are two components. One is the actually perpendicular to the surface, second is the parallel to the surface. There are two components. This perpendicular component is known as normal force and this parallel component is known as friction force, and they are component of one single force that is known as reaction force. That's why I have written it is a parallel component. That means it is a component of a single force. I am just putting some different color. You will see from here. That means this is single force is there, and this single force is known as reaction force. That means reaction force is nothing else. It is the vector sum of normal force plus friction force. It's important. Understanding or not understanding, beta? Please answer it. Are you understanding? Yes or no? Please answer. I am waiting for your answer. You will answer it, then I will move forward. Then please type yes sir, no sir, something, so that I can understand. Good. There are few guys are actually active on the chat. Good. So it is the reaction force is the normal plus friction. That is the vector sum we can say, and friction force is the parallel component and normal is the perpendicular component. Good. Now come to this part. When we say the reaction force, I want to write only the magnitude. What is the meaning of this magnitude? You can say under root of normal square plus friction square. This is the reaction force. Be clearly, I am telling a very important concept here. Even though some authors books, the Indian authors written the physics book, they have done a blunder here. I am telling you clearly, try to understand what I am telling. They have done blunder. This is the reaction force, and reaction force magnitude is under root n square plus f square. F is the friction force. If I ask you one more thing, you will understand. I am just giving idea, you will understand what I want to say. Suppose this angle is theta. I am writing this theta. If I ask you what is the tan theta, you will tell tan theta is equal to, sir, this is a perpendicular upon base. Tan theta is perpendicular upon base. What is perpendicular? Friction. What is the base? Normal. That means friction by normal. I am writing this. No problem. Everyone can understand. Are you understanding this part? Please answer it. Yes or no, sir? Please answer. Please answer it. I am waiting for your answer. Please. Good. You are answering. I am happy with that. Now come to the point. If I want to ask you what is the theta, so you will say theta is equal to, sir, tan inverse, that is the f by n. Good. Everyone can answer it. Very simple thing. Nothing is difficult in that. Yes or no? And this angle is known as, what is this? Angle of friction. What we call? Angle of friction. We call angle of friction. What we call it? Angle of friction. Everyone is understanding or not understanding? Please reply. Please reply with up. I am waiting for your answers. That would be good. If you are replying, that means you are active with the class. Otherwise, you are sleeping. I will understand. Good. You are understanding? I am happy with that. Now try to listen. What the blunder is done by some authors. Not everyone. There are some good books also in the market. You will find them. But I will tell you, very important concept you have to understand. When we are saying reaction force is the under root of n square plus f square. And by default, we will learn that in next part. I will tell you. Some friction force, everyone know that we can write sometimes as a mu into n. I will tell you, I will discuss this concept in detail, don't worry about it. Sometimes they say f is equal to mu into what? And we say sometimes this thing. So the authors, what they have done blunder here. They say that the reaction force is equal to under root of n square plus f square. And they put, what they put, if friction is equal to, sir, mu n, that means under root of n square plus mu n whole square. We can put, that means normal can be taken out, and that would be under root of 1 plus mu square. That is equal to reaction force. They have written like this. I will tell you what is the problem with this thing. Try to learn. One more thing I have written, that tan theta is equal to friction by normal. Friction by normal, what is the meaning of friction? You will understand. Friction is, we have written that the mu n, that means divide by n, and is removed. That means theta is equal to tan inverse mu. And they call, this is the angle of friction. My question is, this is these two results, result number 1 and result number 2, these two results are always true or not? Just tell me. They are always true. You can see these two results are always true or not. Just tell me. I am just waiting for your answer. Please reply. I am waiting for your answer. Always true or not? If you don't know, you can say we don't know. Please reply. Yes sir, no sir, please say something. I am waiting for your answers, definitely. Good. Now, good, there's few guys are replying. I am just waiting for your answers. Now listen. These are not always true. Answer is that it is not always true. That's why never remember these results directly. These results is true somewhere. I will tell you. I will discuss today only. But these results are not always true. There's some problem with that result. You will understand. So just focus with me and try to learn with me. You will understand what is the meaning of friction. Understanding? This is the very basic thing. Now, try to understand. I told you the friction. When we are saying that one block is placed on this surface, I am putting a very little force. It is moving or not moving. Before moving that part, I will give you one very simple story. Always I give that story in my class. You will enjoy, I think. and don't take this story in the negative direction. My intention is just to give a basic idea related to the physics, okay, and it is not somewhere anywhere is related to the physics. Actually, this is just normal story, whatever we are seeing in our daily life. Suppose you and your friends are doing some party, having some pizza and some cold drink and everything, and you are enjoying there, okay, and what happened now? Your sister just calls you, or your brother. If you are girl, then your brother or sister, they are calling, okay, your younger sister or younger brother is calling you when you are enjoying the party. Then what will happen? You will entertain him or her? No, you will say, just put the call. I'm not listening you. I'm enjoying the party with my friend. Now call me, to the mother or father if you have any need. Okay, you will not entertain them. Put the call. That means the phone call is not giving you much effect on you, much force on you. Understanding? Just listening what I'm telling. Now come to the second part. When we are talking about one more concept. Now your mother is calling you. Where are you? When you will come? Then what will you say? Mom, I will come. Just wait for few times. I'm doing party very rarely. I go to with my friends. I very rarely I come. And please wait. Whatever you want from market, just put the message. I will bring it. Okay. You are not entertaining too much. But now your dad is calling. What will happen? Please reply. What will happen now? If your dad is calling, what will happen? You will move or not move? You will move to the house or not? Please reply. I want to listen your answers. Please reply. Yes, definitely. We will leave the party, we will run. Good. Definitely. And our answer is, I am in the parking only. Right? I am just coming in a 2 minute in the house. Just wait. So this is the case. What is the meaning? That means different phone calls giving you different force on you. According to your motion is going to happen. Now try to stick with this story and try to learn the friction concept. That will give very amazing idea, and try to learn. I'm just coming to you. Just focus on now board. You will understand. Suppose I will give you the one friction, the one very basic idea of the friction. I'm just giving very basic theory, and then we will solve the question. You will understand what is the meaning, what is story is that. So I'm just giving the friction, and I'm just according to this chapter, I'm just writing the three different type of frictions. The very first I'm writing that is equal to static friction. When we are saying static friction, the name is very clear. Static means at rest. That means body should be at rest. Body is not moving anywhere. That means very first thing, body is at rest. Then only it will apply. The body is at rest. Then what is the friction force? Static friction force. The static friction force, because body is at rest, by default, by understanding you will learn, when anything is at rest, that means net force should be 0. If body is at rest, it is not moving anywhere, that means net force should be equal to 0. That means whatever force you are applying from external, the same amount of friction force will act, but in opposite direction. If I apply 10 Newton force, the friction force also 10 Newton. If I apply 20 Newton force, the friction force also at 20 Newton. If body is at rest, try to learn. I will give you examples, you will understand. The static friction force is also equal to the external force, definitely, and their direction would be definitely opposite. That's why I am putting negative sign. You will understand. This is a very basic concept. I can write it. Now come to the second part. We call limiting friction. Actually, limiting friction is not a new type of friction. It is a static friction only. It is a maximum value of a static friction. It is a maximum value. It is a maximum value of static friction. If it is a maximum value, from this you can very clearly you can say that means body still is at rest. Still is at rest. That means body is still at rest, but just to move. Just to move. That means this body just to move. If we say just to move, what is the meaning of this? This is known as impending motion. We have written this word earlier now. Now I am explaining what is the meaning of impending motion. That means motion which is about to happen, but it is not actually occurring. Understanding? Suppose there is one block is there and I am just pushing it, but this block is not moving. That means it is having a tendency to move in forward direction, but it is not moving. Okay, that is impending. It has a tendency in a move. Okay, so this is impending motion I am just saying. So in that case, this the body is still rest. That means actually limiting friction, if I say it is equal to static friction maximum value, and this is equal to the mu into S into L. Understanding what is the meaning of mu into S into L? What is mu? Mu S is nothing else. I will define everything. Don't worry about it. Mu S is the coefficient of static friction. Okay. This is a proportionality sign and that is the coefficient of static friction. Okay. One more thing I will discuss. Just focus on the board. You will learn. Now, the third type of friction we call kinetic friction. When we are saying kinetic friction, what is the meaning of kinetic friction? Kinetic means body is at rest or motion. Please reply. Kinetic means body is at rest or motion. Please answer it. You will understand. Kinetic means body is at rest or in motion. I am waiting for your answers. Please reply. I am just taking some water. Please reply. Yes. Please. It is motion. Good. It's a motion. That means body is in motion. Body is in motion. Okay. Second thing, what is the kinetic friction? We say kinetic friction is equal to mu k into n. What is this mu k? Mu k is nothing else coefficient of kinetic friction. Kinetic friction. Now I will discuss the few things you will understand. Try to focus. There are lot of things, lot of information, whatever required in this chapter, everything is given on this board. This is the important thing. So I cannot accumulate in the same time all the things. So I will start basic one by one. So try to focus and try to learn along with me. Don't run away. Okay. Try to focus. Now I am adding one page. We will see some examples. You will understand. So don't try to what is the meaning of this. What is the meaning of every term? I will explain one by one, step by step. Try to understand. Take one example. So, very first example, you will see. Suppose there is a block of 10 kg, and this is mu is equal to 0.2 is given to you. Coefficient of friction is given to you 0.2. My question is, what is the friction force acting on this block? It's a very basic question. I am asking, what is the friction force acting on this block? And please answer it. Try to understand and try to solve. I have given the idea. I am just actually trying to help you, but not actually helping you. I am just confusing it. I am just giving the formula to the mu into n. You can use it, and n is the normal force. Try to solve. Try to give me the answer. What is the answer can be? Okay. I can help you a little bit all more. You will see from it that the downward force is the 10g, upward force is the normal. If I say the normal is equal to how much? That is equal to 10g. That means if I say g is equal to 10, that means 10 into 10, that means 100 Newton. You can say normal force is 100 Newton. Now from it, if I ask you what is the friction force, you will say mu into n. Mu is given to you 0.2. 0.2 into 100, that is equal to 20 Newton. This is the friction force. Now please answer it. This answer is correct or incorrect. I have given some calculation also so that you can understand. I am helping you. Please answer it. I am just waiting for your reactions. It is correct or incorrect. Preetham 2, Mradula 20. Other people also answer. Teja Reddy 29, good. Preetham, okay, no worry. Repeat again, try it again. Anyone else? Please answer. Yes or no, just say it is correct or incorrect. 20. Teja Reddy, good. Preetham, good. It's right. Anyone else? Please answer it. Anil, good. Yojari, good. Mridula, Yashashwini, good. Now listen. That's why I said it is a very, very important concept. The many students are having difficulty in this. Answer is wrong. It's a totally wrong. I already told you it's a conceptual thing you have to understand. Now listen. There's the one block is there, and this is the ground. They are two friends. They are doing party. There is no phone call. That means there is no force. They are not moving anywhere. There is no phone call. There is no motion. That means there is no tendency of motion also. That means this 20 kg, the 10 kg block will move anywhere. Answer. It will move anywhere. Yes or no? Please answer it. It will move anywhere. Yes or no? Please reply. I am waiting for your answer. It will move anywhere. 10 kg block, it will move anywhere. If there is no force, there is no have tendency to move. Yes or no? Mradula, good. Dana, next. Repeat again. Or Teja Reddy, no. It will not move. If it is not moving, how the friction force will act? I told you friction force will act only and only when the body is having tendency to move, impending motion, or it is actually moving. If it is not moving, that means the friction force will not act. That means friction force here is totally wrong. It is not correct answer. The friction force is equal to 0. Understanding? What is the friction force acting here? Tell me. 0. Understood? Just say it. Understood or not understood, beta? Please reply. You will understand. So that I can understand. You are understanding or not? Understood or yes sir, no sir? Samir, good. Medula, good. Preetham, Dana, ready, Teja, ready. Please reply. You are understanding or not understanding? Please reply. Yes sir, no sir? Please reply it. Good. Good. Now try to understand this concept. I will give you little more detail. You will understand. Now please come to the second question. Example. You will understand. Example 2. If I take the same questions to you. Suppose this is a 10 kg block. It's the 10 kg block. Same data. I am not changing any data. Mu is equal to 0.2. And I am putting a one force of 5 Newton. Now question is very simple. What is the friction force acting on it? What is the acceleration of this block. I'm asking the friction force acting on this block and what is the acceleration of this block. I want to learn these two concepts, then we will move forward. What is the friction force? What is the acceleration? We have to answer it. Okay, now try to understand. What is the friction force? Okay, Vijay Kumar, please tell me what is the problem. I will discuss again if you are not understanding. Preetham, tell me what is the answer. Dhana, Preet, Jodhari, Teja Reddy, Vijay, try to solve and answer it. Mridula, what will be the answer? Please reply. Please reply. I am waiting for your answers. Only Preetham is answered. Okay, now I am trying to solve. Let focus here. What I solved here, that friction force already I have discussed here, that friction force maximum, because I have taken the same data so I can use it. The friction force, that limiting friction, the limiting friction we have already calculated 20, but how much force I am just applying here? 10 Newton. How much force I am applying? 10 Newton. Sorry, 5 Newton. If 5 Newton force I am applying, that is a more than limiting friction or less than limiting friction? Please answer it. What is the external force? The external force is less than limiting friction or more than limiting friction? Please tell me. It is more than or less than? Please answer. Less than. I am replying, I am answering it. Please try to focus. I am just solving this question. This external force is less than limiting friction. If less than limiting friction, that means it will not move. It can move only when the force is applied is more than limiting friction. Otherwise, it will not move. That means this is call from your younger brother or younger sister. She is calling you or he is calling you. That means it will not move. You are enjoying your party. This block will enjoy the party with this ground floor. It is not moving anywhere. That means what will happen? It will move or not move? The answer is not move. It is at rest. If it is at rest, that means acceleration is equal to 0. If acceleration is equal to 0, that means what is the friction force acting here? The friction force would be equal to the external force in magnitude. If you want to write in the direction also, so you will put negative sign. That means friction force is equal to external force, that is equal to 5 Newton. That means the friction force acting on this block would be in backward direction, that is also 5. Understood? Now please reply it if you are understanding or not understanding. I am waiting for your answer. Then only I will move to the next question. And definitely you can solve that question. I have full confidence about it. Please answer it. Yes, you are understanding or not. I will repeat again if otherwise. Good. Teja Reddy, good. Dana, good. Mridula, good. Preetham, okay, I will repeat. Don't worry. Good. Yashashwani, good. Okay, I am repeating. Some other people can also understand. One more time. Don't worry. I am telling you what is the limiting friction is acting here. So limiting friction in the previous question already, because the data is same 10 kg block and mu is equal to 0.2. I am taking same data, mu equal to 0.2 and 10 kg block. That means the limiting friction we already know that is equal to mu into n, and that is a 20 Newton. So I can directly write here that limiting friction is 20 Newton. No need to calculate again. We have done in the previous question already. That means limiting friction is a 20 Newton, but external force applied is only 5 Newton. That means it will move after 20 Newton, but I am applying only 5. That means this block will not move. If it is not move, that means this block should be at rest. If this block is at rest, that means acceleration is equal to 0. Acceleration is equal to 0, that means net force should be 0. So whatever the external force, the same amount of friction force will act in opposite direction. Now understood? Preetham, please reply it. You understood or not? Friction force is equal to beta 5 Newton because external force is only 5 Newton. If external force is 10 Newton, this will be also 10 Newton. If external force is 15 Newton, it will be also 15 Newton. If external force is 90 Newton, it will also be 90 Newton. I will give you the one more example. Everyone will answer it this question. I have full confidence on you. You are very intelligent guys. Please focus on the next question. You will understand. I am taking the same data. I am not changing anything. The mu again 0.2. The block is again 10 kg. Nothing is changed. I am just changing the one thing only, that the 18 Newton force is applied. Please answer it. What is the friction force acting here and what is the acceleration? Now I have full confidence. Everyone can answer in the class. Please reply. Everyone please reply it so that I can understand you are getting my concept or not. Please reply it. Yes. Good. Acceleration is 0. Good. Friction force is 18 Newton. Good. Other people also. Please reply. Other people, please reply. I will understand. Good. Teja Reddy, good. Jodhari, good. Yashashwini, good. Nice. Now you are getting my concept. Now we can solve one more question. Everyone will answer it. Definitely I have full confidence on you. Everyone can answer. Friction force is equal to 18 Newton only because it is less than limiting friction, and acceleration is equal to 0. Very simple. Everyone knows this. Now try to understand and try to focus on the next question. You will understand. Example 4 I am giving to you. Same data I am taking, no change. Try to learn the concept. You can solve. Now I am applying the 25 Newton force. This is 25 Newton force, and now we have to solve this. What is the acceleration and what is the friction force acting here? What is the friction force? What is the acceleration of the block? We have to understand. Then we can move forward. We can move to the next question. Before that, please answer it. Please try to solve. I have given all the data. You have already solved one thing. Limiting friction we have already calculated in the previous questions. That is the 20 Newton. And now we have to take that data and we have to solve how much friction force would be there and how much acceleration would be there. Mradula, Preetham, Yashashwini, Teja Reddy, Dhana, Jodhari. Please answer it. Good. Dhana, good. Other peoples, please participate in the chat. Good. Madhura. Vijay. Vijay Kumar, Teja Reddy, Yashashwini, please reply. Other people also come into the chat and try to answer it. Good. Now come to this question. Definitely it's a very simple. Now you can solve, everyone can solve this question. Now we know the friction force will act in a backward direction. Friction force we have already calculated. The limiting friction is equal to only 20 Newton and we are applying more than, that means this is the father's call. Now we have to run to leave the party. There is no other option, we have to run. Now this is the limiting friction 20 only and the applied force is 25. We have to move now. That means 25 force is the external force we call driving force. That means this block is having driving force of 25. And what is the stopping force? Backward force. Stopping force is how much? 20 Newton. So 25 minus 20. Who is going to move? 10 kg block is going to move with the acceleration of some A. This is a very basic equation I am writing. This equation is nothing else, F equal to ma we are writing. That means F net and M net. We are talking, this is the general equation we are using. So from here we can find the value. F net is how much? 25 minus 20. And what is net mass? That is the 10 kg with the acceleration A we have to find. That means 5 is equal to 10 into A. That means A is equal to 5 by 10. That means 0.5 meter per second square. Now please answer it. You understood or not understood, beta? Everyone answer, please answer it. Yes or no, sir? Please reply. I am waiting for your answer. Then only I can understand that you are getting the question. Good, Mridula? Everyone answer, please. Yashashwini, good. Preetham, good. Good, Shravya. Now you understanding? Good. I am happy. Now I am giving one more conceptual question. You will understand. Okay. Now try to focus. One more question I will give you. The same block, I am not changing anything. You will understand and try to learn. 10 kg block, mu is equal to 0.2 and it is moving with the 4 meter per second. Listen carefully. Next example, again the very basic concept you have to understand. You will answer this question. What is this given to you? That is equal to 10 kg block, mu is again given to you 0.2. It is moving with the initial velocity of 4 meter per second. Initial velocity, listen carefully question. Initial velocity of 4 meter per second. Now question start. What is the friction force acting? What is the friction force acting here? What is the acceleration is here? Okay. And first these two questions I am giving, then we will add some more questions, you will understand. We have to find this question. Okay. I am repeating. Teja AD, please reply which question? The fourth question you want to discuss again? I am just repeating this fourth question. The limiting friction here is the 20, but we have applied 25. Okay, 25 we have applied. In that part what will happen? 25 Newton we are applying, that is the more than limiting friction. That means external force is more than limiting friction. That means this block will move or this body will move. That means kinetic friction equal, this should be equal to the kinetic friction because mu is only one is given to you. That means limiting friction and kinetic friction both are equal. That means we can say 20 Newton. The forward force is 25, backward force is 20. That means the driving force is 25. It will move in forward direction with 25 minus 20. That means net force is 25 minus 20. This is net force acting on the body. And the mass is 10 kg with the acceleration A. Then you can answer it that acceleration is equal to 0.5. Now come to this question, you will understand. But don't make a mistake. Here the velocity is given. I am telling you this is velocity. Velocity is given, that means this is already, this body is in motion. If body is already in motion, that means what will happen? Body is already in motion. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? That means kinetic friction will act. If kinetic friction will act, we already know that is equal to how much? F is equal to mu into n. And mu already we know that is 0.2. What is the n? N is equal to m into g. That means 10 into 10. That means we can apply and directly that we can say that is equal to 20 Newton. We have done already calculation in previous question also. That is simple. That is the 20 Newton. That means friction force acting on this block is 20 Newton. Understanding or not understanding, beta? And what is the acceleration will act? We have to find. So F equal to m into a we are applying. That means 20 is equal to 10 into a. That means a is equal to 2 meter per second square. But with direction of this acceleration we have to learn that. So what we can say, the friction force is acting backward direction. That means this acceleration is also in backward direction. That means this is actually retardation. It is actually retardation. And now please answer, you are understanding or not understanding. Please answer it, you are understanding or not. Everyone please answer it. I am waiting for your answers. Mridula, good, your answer is correct. Everyone please answer it. Good, Yashashwini. Nice. Please answer. Good, Mridula. Preetham, good. Now you are understanding what is the concept behind it. Now we are applying this concept in some more questions. The 2 times this question came in the PYQ, you can find a Neet. I will tell you, you will understand. Beta, I told you, Shravya, the friction force is opposing the relative motion. If motion in a forward direction, it will oppose in which direction? Forward or backward? Definitely backward direction. That's why the friction force is opposite to the velocity. Friction force is opposite to the velocity. I will give you some more question, you will understand. Don't worry about it. Understanding? Now try to come to the next question. I am just focusing on this question. I will give you some data related to this also. You will understand. This acceleration is given to you now. Now friction force you know. Acceleration you already know. So we want to know what is the time after which it will stop, or what is the distance covered by the body before it is stopped. We have to find it. Now we are focusing it. Now try to, same question I am repeating, I am writing here. The block is 10 kg, mu is equal to 0.2, 4 meter per second. It is moving. We already calculated acceleration is equal to 2 meter per second square, but in backward direction. So we have to find that the acceleration, we have to find what is the distance covered before it stops and what is the time. This question asked in 2 times in a PYQ, you will find it. You can check it. So we have to find. How we will calculate this? Very simple. We can apply either first equation to find the time, or we can apply the second equation to find the distance. I am applying first equation first. V equal to u plus at. What is the final velocity? 0, because finally it will stop. Initial velocity is 4, acceleration is 2, but positive or negative? Definitely negative, opposite to the velocity. That means 2 into t. That means 4 is equal to 2t and t equal to 2 second we can say. This is the time. We can find it. Very simple thing. Now come to the next part. You will understand from it. We are saying the distance. That means second equation we can apply. What is second equation, beta? X equal to ut plus half at square. So what is the x? We means distance. We have to find. I am writing d. What is the initial velocity? 4. What is the initial velocity? 4. And time we already calculated. We can put 4 into 2 plus 1 by 2. Acceleration again negative. So we can apply minus 2 into 2 into 2. From here, 1 2 is removed. That would be equal to 8 minus 4. That is equal to 4 meter. So distance is covered is equal to 4 meter. That means after covering a distance of 4 meter, it will stop. This question is asked. I will show you this question in different manner also asked. Try to learn. You understood or not? First reply me. You are understanding this distance is equal to 4 meter and this time is equal to 2 seconds. First tell me, then I will move to the next question. Please reply. I am waiting for your answer. Then I am good. I am waiting. When you will reply, then only I will move to the next question. Shravya, good. Yashashwini, good. Good. Mridula, okay. Now we have to understand. I am giving this question in different manner, and that is also asked in a PYQ. You will find it. Listen. Suppose there is a one example. I am writing this example number 5. You can check it. Number. There is a one conveyor belt is there, and this conveyor belt is moving with the constant velocity of, suppose if I say 4 meter per second, I'm taking the same data, don't worry about it. Constant velocity of 4 meter per second. But before that, I will tell you what is the meaning of conveyor belt, because the few students know what is the meaning of conveyor belt. Some students do not understand, but everyone has seen the conveyor belt. I will tell you. When you go to the some mall, okay, shopping mall, so when we enter there, so there's the one checking point is there. So guard is standing, and there's the one belt machine is placed there to put the bag there. Bag will scan. But when we put the bag, it is moving on a one belt. It is moving from one place to another place. That is known as conveyor belt. It can be small or also it can be very large also. But that is a conveyor belt. You can find this in shopping malls also, in metro stations also, or you can find in airport also. There are different places you can find this a conveyor belt. In industry also we use it. Now this is a conveyor belt, and it is moving with a constant speed of 4 meters per second. Now listen and you will understand. Now I am placing one block, and this block is supposed 2 kg, gently placed. Okay, gently placed. I am placing it gently. Gently placed means initial velocity will be 0. I am not giving any velocity. Initial velocity is 0. I am just putting it over it. Okay, and mu is given to you. Suppose mu is equal to 0.1. Now question is that after how much time the block will also move with the conveyor belt. That means there is no relative motion. After how much time there is no relative motion between block and belt. I'm repeating again. After how much time the block will move with the conveyor belt, or there is no relative motion between block and conveyor belt. Now you will say, sir, what is the meaning? Very difficult question. Nothing. Very simple. What I told you, this block mu is given to you. We have to find friction force first. What we have to find? Friction force. So I will make a FPD. This is a 2 kg block. This is a 2g. That is the normal force. You will find the friction force will act forward or backward. Definitely this lower surface is moving forward direction. That means this block is actually moving in back, having a, due to inertia, moving in backward direction tendency. That means it will have a acceleration in forward direction. That means it will have a friction force in forward direction. That the friction is having forward. That means that friction force is equal to how much we are saying? Very simple. That is the mu into n, because it is already motion. Kinetic friction will act. So what is the friction force? Friction force is equal to how much? Mu. Mu is 0.1 into n is how much? 2 into g. That means we can say 2 Newton friction force, and that is equal to m into a. A we have to find 2 is equal to 2 into a. That means a is equal to 1 meter per second square. We can find this acceleration. Final velocity we require 4. In acceleration we require, we have 1. Initial velocity is 0. We have to apply first equation, v equal to u plus at. Final is 4. Initial 0. Acceleration is 1. Time is t. That means t is equal to 4 seconds. That means after 4 seconds the block will move with the belt. There is no conveyor. There is no relative motion between them. Please reply. I will understand you understood this question. The same concept what we have learned, we have applied here. Anil, Rufo, Mridula, Yashashwini, Shavya, Dana, please reply. Mridula, Dodri, Tanushri, please reply everyone. Everyone please reply it, so that we can complete the class after this question also. And later on we will see some more thing. Okay, Rufo good, Dana good, Shavya good, Afifa good. Please some more guys please reply it, and so that we can wind up the class after that. Rufo, okay, I will explain again. You will understand. Okay, vernier caliper. I will take care later on. Don't worry about it. Okay, vernier caliper question I will take care, or some other teacher will take care. Don't worry about it. Okay, now thank you everyone. I think have you enjoyed the class? If you enjoyed, please thumb up and say yes sir. If you are not enjoyed, you can reply that also. I will take care all the things. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye. Enjoy your day. Bye.
Hello students, good morning. This is your KVR sir, Botany faculty, Gosala, Sri Chaitanya College, Vijayawada. And today we will have very beautiful session on that particular weakness. I selected certain lessons. Do follow my lessons for a couple of 12 days. I'll take continuously. Do follow my lessons sincerely because I have selected certain chapters where the students will do certain mistakes, definitely including the toppers. So such a kind of topics, let us say one is the numericals, and most important numericals in the Mendel genetics, principles of inheritance. It's one of the important chapter. There you will do certain mistakes in numerical problems. So today I have selected one chapter, that is numericals in Mendel genetics. Because when I'm not sure about the year 2019 or 20, one question is given like multiple alleles are the examples of. Multiple alleles is examples of means that is an example of multiple alleles. ABO blood group is the example of. One is the multiple alleles, codominance and dominance. Three options are given. Question framing is very beautiful. Let us start our session. So today numericals are from the genetics. I call it as Mendel genetics. In Mendel genetics we have certain headings: mono, hybrid cross, dihybrid cross, incomplete dominance, codominance, multiple alleles, pleiotrophy, blood groups, linkage and crossing over, finally polygenic inheritance. These are the chapters I have selected. Let us see the first question. Sum total of genotypes and phenotypes. Sum total of genotypes and phenotypes obtained in a typical monohybrid cross. In a typical monohybrid cross will be sum total of genotypes and phenotypes. Can anyone guess the answer? So if you take monohybrid F2, this is capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, small t, small t, and total number of types of phenotypes. Actually 3:1, that is tall is to dwarf. If now the total number of phenotypes is 2 phenotypes and number of types of genotypes 1:2:1, capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, small t, small t, then it is equal to 3. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Then answer will be 5. So this is the correct answer. Are you getting me? The question is sum total of genotypes and phenotypes. Clear? Next question is true breeding tall dwarf plants were crossed with true breeding tall and dwarf plants were crossed, and total plants obtained is 1000 seeds were obtained in F2 generation. Find the number of seeds which genotypically resembles with the F1 parent. How beautiful the question is. F2 generation, 1000 seeds are obtained in F2 generation. And what is the phenotype of the F1 parent? Capital T, small t. So this total is 1000. This total is 1000. Now it is 250, 250, 250, and finally 250. And how many will be there with the genotype of the F1? Genotype of the F1 you people knows very well, that is capital T, small t. Unanimously heterozygous tall plant. Was it clear? So imagine what will be the total of capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Then it will goes for 500. 500. Was it clear for you? Was it clear? Was it clear? Okay. So this is I read but the question again. Total plants obtained in F2 generation is 1000. Then how many plants will have the genotype of the F1? F1 genotype is capital T, small t. Then how many capital T, small t's will be there? That is 500. Was it clear? Shall I go next slide? Then it's a dihybrid cross. Then I have the first question. What proportion of the offsprings will be obtained from a cross capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B, capital C into capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, small c, completely heterozygous for all genes segregated independently. How beautiful the question is. So you are crossing this with this, and he is asking completely heterozygous for all the genes, completely heterozygous for, so I have taken capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B, capital C into capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, small c. He is expecting how many plants will have this genotype, completely heterozygous for all three characters. He is asking about this. Let us we see, only one gamete will be produced from this side, capital A, capital B, capital C, and this produces 8 gametes. 8 gametes. This is 8 gametes. You can make it and let us say capital A, capital. How do we do? How do we do the gametes here? So I can simply form gametes from here. So now how can you form 8 gametes there? 8 different gametes. Let us start here. That is capital A, capital B, capital C. So how many gametes heterozygous? Capital A, capital B, capital C, 1, capital A, small b, capital C, 1, capital A, small b, small c, 1, small a, capital B, capital C, 1, small a, capital B, small c, 1, small a, small b, capital C, 1, small a, small b, small c, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 is missing, capital A, capital B, capital C, capital A, capital B, small c. I'll write it again once. Capital A, capital B, capital C, capital A, capital B, small c, capital A, small b, capital C, capital A, small b, small c, small a. So you have 4 gametes here. Small a, capital B, capital C, small a, capital B, small c, small a, small b, capital C, small a, small b, small c. This is 4 gametes here, 8 gametes. So this is only one gamete. So imagine which gamete if they are fused, which gametes if they are fused, that will become like a genotype, this and this, this and this. So the answer will be, so this is 8, this is one gamete, 1 into 8, total progeny obtained will be 8. So out of 8 progeny, only 1 will be there with this genotype. Clear? And my answer is 1 by 8. Was it clear to you? Was it clear to you? This gamete and this gamete are fused. Then the heterozygous plant obtained will have all 3 genes are heterozygous for all 3 characters. Was it clear? 1 by 8 is the correct answer. Offspring with 4 phenotypes and 4 genotypes are obtained from the parental combinations having genotypes will be. This is a beautiful question again. This is a beautiful question. Have a look, and if it is possible, write it down in your notebook, or slowly you can go back and write down the questions. All these questions are important because the section B is becoming very difficult in the coming days. Section B, they will ask this kind of questions only. Now, offsprings pertain 4 types of genotypes and 4 types of phenotypes beta. Then you can have a look here, capital A, small a, capital B, small b, heterozygous for 2 characters, and crossed with small a, small b, small b. Can anyone guess this? Can anyone guess this? What cross it is? What cross it is? It's a test cross. Then have a look here. Gametes obtained will be capital A, capital B, capital A, small b, small a, capital B, small a, small b. Was it clear? Gamete obtained will be same. Then have a look here. This will be then this is, then this is, then this is. First one, capital A, small a, capital B, small b. Second one, capital A, small b, small b. Third one, small a, capital B, small b. Fourth one, small a, small b, small b. Clear? Clear for you? This is 4 types of genotypes, 4 types of phenotypes, 4 types of genotypes, 4 types of phenotypes. Clear beta? Then what is the genotype of the parents? What is the genotype of the parents? If you get 4 types of genotypes and 4 types of phenotypes, then the answer will be test cross. Where it is? Can you go for this? This is the correct answer. This is the correct answer. Was it clear? Was it clear? Done beta? Next question I am going, among the 7 pairs of contrasting traits in the pea plant as studied Mendel, the number of traits related to flower, pod and seed respectively. Done. I think you know the answer. Can you guess? Can you guess? And try to guess it right now. Can you guess the answer? So first, talo dwarf. This is belongs to height of the plant. This is vegetative character. And the next 2 characters, flower, position, axial, terminal, flower, color, violet, white, and then a pod, color, dominant is green and recessive is yellow, and pod shape, inflattened is like you see, this is inflattened. This is the fruit inflattened, and another fruit is constricted. Constricted fruit is recessive. Constricted. Then the seed. Seed again, shape and color. Shape round, wrinkled. Color, seed color, opposite to pod color. A pod in market you will see green color pod, green color fruits. Opposite that, seed dominant yellow, seed recessive green. Yeah, done beta. Was it clear? And now let us have the look on this question. Among the 7 pair of contrasting plants as studied by the Mendel, the number of traits related to flower, beta, flower characters, traits related to flower, 4 traits, and pod 4 traits, and seed 4 traits. 4:4:4, 2:2:2. Was there is the answer, first option. Was it clear? Can you understand now? Can you understand now? Was it clear? Shall I go for next page? Have you write it down? Have you taken the notes? Shall I go back? So I am erasing all this. Then I am going back to the next slide. And this is again continuously dihybrid cross. What is the phenotypic ratio of a dihybrid? F to phenotype if the first gene shows dominance and second gene shows incomplete dominance. How beautiful the question is. How beautiful the question is. Hi, someone are online. Tanusri, Harshit, Tanusri, Navi, Harshit, Prasad, Mahendranath, Tanusri. So if you have any doubt, please ask me. I am online right now, and the question is what is the phenotypic ratio of the dihybrid F to phenotype if a first gene shows dominance and second gene shows incomplete dominance? Generally, beta, So dominance, if the monohybrid dominance ratio is 3:1, monohybrid phenotypic ratio is 3:1. I am writing like this. Incomplete dominance phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1. The first gene is going with dominance, clear? So then I'll go, second gene is going with incomplete dominance. First gene 3:1 dominance, second gene 1:2:1, again 1:2:1. Have a look here. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 ones are 3, 1 ones are 1, 1 twos are 2, 1 ones are 1. So first gene is showing dominance, second gene is showing incomplete dominance. Then answer of the F2 ratio will be 3:6:3, 1:2:1. Was it clear? If the same question is asked like this, let us say, what is the answer? First gene is showing incomplete dominance, second gene is showing dominance. Then what is your answer? First gene is showing incomplete dominance. Second gene is showing dominance. First gene code incomplete dominance 1:2:1. Second gene dominance 3:1. Let us have a look. 1 3s are 3, 1 1s are 1, 2 3s are 6, 2 1s are 2, 1 3s are 3, 1 1s are 1. Clear? Harshit, if you have any doubts, please ask me. How many genotypes are possible from a genotype capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, small c? Okay, let us discuss. That is the most routine question. We will discuss. Wait for a couple of minutes. Was it clear? The first question is, first gene is showing dominance, second gene is showing incomplete dominance. The answer will be 3:6:3, 1:2:1. 3:6:3, 1:2:1. Better the same question if it is reversed. First gene is showing incomplete dominance, second gene is showing dominance. The answer will be 3:1:6 and 2:3:1. Clear? Over. Then let us go for next question. An organism with 4 heterozygous genes will produce how many types of gametes? A, and number of possible phenotypes B. So quite natural. So formula for the number of formula is number of types of gametes formed is 2 to the power of n. Number of types of possible combinations is 4 to the power of n. Number of types of possible combinations is 4 to the power of n. Was it clear? Now the question asked is, organism with 4 heterozygous genes. So this n is equal to number of heterozygous genes. Number of heterozygous genes. Clear? And put the ratio 2 to the power of how many here? 4 here. 2 to the power of 4 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. 16. Number of types of gametes formed is 16, and number of possible combinations and 2 to the power of 4 to the power of 2. 4 into 4 into 4 into 4. 16, 64 and 64 into 256 will be the correct answer. So fourth option will be the correct option. Was it clear? Was it clear? Shall I go for the next slide? Are you getting me or not? Number of types of possible combination formula is 4 to the power of n. Heterozygous genes, how many heterozygous genes? 4. 4 to the power of 4. Number of types of gametes formed, n. 2 to the power of n is equal to 2 to the power of 4. 2 4s are 16. Clear? Shall I go for next slide? Again, dihybrid cross. Out of 1600 seeds obtained in a dihybrid F2 progeny, how many plants will have parental combinations? How beautiful, how beautiful. So 9:3:3:1 is the dihybrid phenotypic ratio, out of which 9 are tall round. Well, this is one plant, one is dwarf wrinkled. I call these 6 plants as non-parental combinations. Don't call it as recombinations, because recombinants will be produced by linked genes through crossing over. These are non-parental combinations. Clear, beta? Done. So let's see. Out of 1600 seeds, how many will have parental combinations? What is the total of parental combination? 9 plus 1 is 10. Total plants is 16. Thousand. Are you getting me? Are you getting me? So tall plants and round plants. Tall plants are parental combinations and round plants are also parental. Dwarf wrinkled also parental combination. He is asking about how many plants will have parental combinations. What is the total of parental combination? 9 plus 1 is 10. Out of 1600, 10 by 16 will be parental combinations. Answer will be 1000. What probability of capital T, small t, capital R will be there in F2 obtained from homozygous parents with genotype capital T? Abbo, beautiful. Have you noted down? Shall I erase it and done? What is the probability of capital T, small t, capital R in the F2 obtained from homozygous parents with genotype? So this is parent 1, capital T, capital R into small t, small r. Then F1 obtained will be capital T, capital R, small r. In this this genotype, single homo, single hetero. Beta, you should have to know one secret where you will solve all problems from the single small box. Capital T, small t, capital T, small t. What is the possibility of this is 1 by 4. Possibility of this is 1 by 4. Possibility of this is 2 by 4. Then, so proportion of getting capital T in the F2 progeny will be 1 by 4. Small t will be 1 by 4 and capital T small t will be 2 by 4. Clear? You know this secret very well. Then I am asking about this one. This is capital T small t. What is the proportion of capital T small t? 2 by 4. What is the proportion of capital R? If you take the monohybrid of R, that is 1 by 4. 2 by 4 into 1 by 4 will be 2 by 16. So 2 by 16 is the correct answer. Are you getting me? Was it clear? Was it clear? Are you comfortable with me? So probability of getting capital T small t is 2 by 4. Probability of getting capital R is 1 by 4. 2 by 4 into 1 by 4 will be 2 by 16. Done. So let's move to the next slide. Dihybrid cross still. What is the phenotypic ratio of a dihybrid F2 when two genes are completely linked? Very beautiful question. Two genes are completely linked. He is talking about like this: capital T, capital R, small t, small r. Capital T, capital R, small t, small r. Have a look again. Have a look again. Capital T, capital R, two genes are situated on the same chromosome, small t, small r. Then tell me what is the chances of getting one type of particular gamete is, this is capital T, capital R gamete. This is a small t, small r gamete. Clear? So only two gametes will be obtained. So what will be the phenotypic rate? Dihybrid test, dihybrid F2. So this plant, that is why earlier I have drawn two chromosomes, capital T, capital R. Here also only two gametes are produced, capital T, capital R, small t, small r. Is a P1 parent 1, this is parent 2. Here also two gametes are produced, capital T, capital R, small t, small r. This is female parent, this is male parent. Clear? These are eggs, these are pollen grains. And have a look here. Have a look here. Now have a look here. Capital T, capital T, capital R, capital R. Second, this one into this one. Capital T, capital R, capital T, small t. Capital T, small t into capital R, small r. Third one, this and this. Capital T, small t, capital R, small r. And last, small t, small t, small r, small r. Better, can you observe that this is tall round? Tall round. This is tall round. This is tall round. This is dwarf wrinkled. Can you tell me the ratio? Can you tell me the ratio? Can you now understand what I am speaking to you? Was it clear? In a dihybrid cross, if two genes are completely linked, so if the two genes are independently asserting, the answer will be 9:3:3:1. If two genes are completely linked, then answer will be 3:1. How the 3:1 I have just now proved to you. And what is the phenotypic ratio I have of a dihybrid test cross when two genes are completely linked? This is F2 question. This is F2 question. Now this is test cross question. Was it clear? Have you noted it down? Shall I go for next page? Or shall I erase it? Done. So this is, he is asking about F2. He is asking about test cross. So let us go with this. This is capital T, small t, capital R, small r is heterozygous F2, F1 parent into small t, small t, small r, small r. Better clear? So this will form two gametes only because the arrangement of genes is like this, capital T, capital R, small t, small r. Then the gametes formed will be capital T, capital R. This chromosome will form capital T, capital R, and the down chromosome will form small t, small r. Here only one possibility, small t, small r and small t, small r. The type of gametes produced is small t, small r only. Two gametes will to take, but generalizing only one gamete. Capital T, small t, capital R, small r. Next, small t, small t, small r, small r. And the ratio will be 1:1. General dihybrid test cross will be 1:1:1:1:1. Was it clear? General dihybrid test cross will be 1:1:1:1. If it is the two genes are linked, then dihybrid test cross ratio will be 1:1 instead of 1:1:1:1. Clear? Done. Which of the following result when a plant capital Y, capital R, small r is self-pollinated? Self-pollinated. What do you mean by self-pollinated? F1 into F1. Shall I erase it? Shall I erase it? Tell me which of the following result when a plant gets, so just simply what I am taking as usual, capital T, small t, capital R, small r into capital T, small t, capital R, small r. This is F1, this into F1. F1 into F1, you will get F2 ratio. In the F2 ratio, phenotypic ratio, what is the phenotypic ratio of dihybrid F2? 9:3:3:1. That will be the answer. 9:3:3:1. Self-pollinated or crossed with the same plant in the same ratio. Both are the same. Are you getting me? So one plant having this genotype, capital T, small t, capital R, small r, you can pollinate with the similar plant, or you can completely emasculate the flower. Sorry, don't emasculate, completely leave the plant. So generally pea plant is naturally self-pollinated. It will undergo self-pollination only. So we will call it as like this. In genetics, circle and then symbol, matlab self-pollinated. The same genotype will come. Mrudula 9:3:3:1, correct answer. Nivi 1:1, your answer is correct. Narayana, Vema Narayana 1:1, correct answer. Mrudula 1:1, correct answer. Tanusri 3:1. You people are doing very well. Done. Was it clear? Shall I go next page? Have me a thumb like this. Shall I go for next slide? Make it faster. Shall I go for next slide? Let me have a thumb symbol. Let me have thumb symbol. Shall I go for next slide? Have you noted down? Very good, Mrudula. Thank you very much. I am going for next slide. Incomplete dominance. Nivi, thank you for your response. Genotypic and phenotypic ratio in monohybrid F2 if its character shows incomplete dominance. So incomplete dominance generally seen. What are the two examples for incomplete dominance? Is Mirabilis jalapa, 4 o'clock plant. Naushin, thank you very much. In incomplete dominance, Mirabilis jalapa and snapdragon plant is antirrhinum majus. In this, phenotypic and genotypic ratios are same in the monohybrid F2, that is 1:2, 2:1. So if you cross capital R small r pink plant into capital R small r pink plant, then the plants obtained will be capital R small r, capital R small r, small r, small r. Then R it is red, capital R small r it is pink, and small r this is white. So what is the ratio, beta? 1:2:1. 1:2:1. Now, Shin, are you getting me? Nivi, Mrudula, are you getting me? Have you noted down? Shall we go for next question? So, in a genotypic and phenotypic ratio, genotypic ratio 1:2:1, phenotypic ratio is also 1:2:1. Clear? The answer will be C. Answer will be C. And percentage of the recessive alleles in the F2 generation of Mirabilis jalapa which shows incomplete dominance for its flower color will be. How beautiful the question is. How beautiful the question is. Naushin, option C. Correct answer. Your answer is correct. That is 1:2:1. Percentage of recessive allele in F2 generation. You have to understand this question is very dangerous. Can anyone answer this question? Mirabilis jalapa which shows incomplete dominance for flower color. Can anyone give that answer? Nivi, Mrudula, Narayana, Naushin. Can anyone give this answer? Answer B, 75% wrong answer. So, dekhiye, it is very important. Let me explain. So, have this allele number. He is asking about recessive character. He is not asking about recessive character. He is asking about percentage of recessive allele. Recessive allele. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many recessive alleles? 4 alleles. How many dominant alleles? 1, 2, 3, 4. So recessive alleles 50%. and dominant alleles 50%. The answer will be D. Whether it is showing incomplete dominance or codominance or dominance. The thing is percentage of the recessive allele. What is very particular, percentage of the recessive allele means you have to calculate 1, 2, 3, 4 recessive alleles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 dominant alleles. So 50% is recessive alleles, 50%, that is nothing but that the Hardy-Weinberg law, what Hardy-Weinberg law says is P plus Q is equal to 1. What is P plus Q is equal to 1? And a particular conditions, always capital T plus small t is equal to 1. Capital T small t is equal to 1. Clear? Shall I go for next page? Have you noted down? Please give me thumb line. Was it over? Shall I go for next page? This is again codominance. F1 hybrid is intermediate between two parents. The phenomena is intermediate between two parents. It's very good question. F1 parent capital A blood group versus capital B blood group, and the F1 obtained is capital A capital B, AB blood group, AB blood group. So then AB blood group, in AB blood group the person will have antigens of A as well as antigens of B. So if they are resembling both the parents, the F1 hybrid is intermediate between two parents. Phenomena is called as codominance. Codominance is due to, so here the allele A is expressing, it is not dominant over B. Here B is also expressing, it is not dominant over A. Both genes are expression, both alleles are expression. So that is due to codominance. In the ABO blood groups are determined by dash present on the sugars, sugar, carbohydrate present on the RBC. ABO blood group will be decided by the sugars present on the RBC, that is go for carbohydrates. Next slide I will go because we have less time. Blood groups are the examples of, just now I told you this is I am not sure, this is exactly 2019 question. ABO blood groups are the examples of IA, IB, I0, I naught. Some people use both the technical terms. IA, IB, I naught. Then it will be 3 alleles, multiple alleles. 3 alleles, multiple alleles. And IA, I0. Then it is A blood group, that is dominance. And IA, IB, and that is codominance. That is codominance. So codominance is there, dominance is there, multiple alleles is there. Answer will be all the above. This is neat question. Number of types of genotypes possible by ABO blood groups. Number of types of genotypes possible by ABO blood groups is 3 to the power of n is equal to 3 to the power of 3 is equal to 9. This is one A blood group. Number of types of genotypes possible is 3 to the power of n. But why it is not 9? Let us see. IB is the B blood group. IB, I0 is also B blood group. This is A, this is B. IA, IB is the AB blood group. And I naught or I0 O blood group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the correct answer. 6 is the correct answer. So in multiple alleles, no, n plus 1 by 2. So let us don't go for formula. You can directly calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types of genotypes, and phenotypes will be A blood group, B blood group, AB blood group, O blood group. 4 phenotypes. Blood groups of the father is A, blood group of mother is B, then possible blood group of the children are. Good question. Blood group of the father is A. So you have two options here. This is IA. Father may be I0. So mother is IB. Mother blood group may be IB, I0. So possible gametes possible. IA1 gamete, I01 gamete. This is IB1 gamete, I01 gamete. First option AB blood group. This option A blood group. This option B blood group. And this option O blood group. All types of blood groups are possible. If father blood group is A and mother blood group is B, and children will have A, AB, O and A. So where is the answer? This is, are you getting me? Get me have a thumb line. Get me have a thumb symbol. Are you getting me? Was it clear for you? Was it clear for you? Have me the thumb symbol. Shall I go next page? This is 1146. Option D, correct answer. Yashaswini, you are correct answer. Mrudula, you are correct answer. So shall I go for next page? So pleiotropy, one question, if one gene affects many characters, the gene is said to be pleiotropic gene. One gene, many characters is the feature of pleiotropic gene. Next, linkage and crossing over. I'll stop my slide here. I'll continue the same in the next class. Please wait for the next class. This time is already over. I'll come in the next class. Is it okay? Bye bye. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you very much.
Good morning. How are you all doing? I'll be handling a brief details about the basics of the classification. You're all aware about the diversity that exists in the animals, isn't it? So, if you want to identify the organisms, name the organisms, and classify them. Then we need to organize the organisms, isn't it? So for that we require the organisms, they need to be classified, isn't it? So for classifying the animals, we have certain criteria. That is, we take levels of organization, okay. We consider the symmetry in the organisms, we consider the coelom in the organisms, and we also consider the classification based on segmentation, presence of notochord, nerve cord, right? These are also being considered. First we talk about the levels of organization. When you consider the all life, we have the levels being called protoplasmic level, this is the organization where division of labor, this exists among cell organelles. Now what is this division of labor is? Division of labor means the work that is to be done has to be distributed among cell organelles. For example, if you take amoeba, amoeba performs all functions like what we do, but it doesn't have separate cells, isn't it? Separate cells or separate structures. So what it will do is, it will do the works or distribute the work among cell organelles, where organelle like mitochondria will be helping in respiration, organelle like ribosomes will be helping in protein synthesis. Like that, the work distribution is what is named as division of labor. This work division takes place among the cell organelles, that's why we call it as the division of labor that exists among cell organelles. This is the case in unicellular forms. Unicellular forms like, for example, the kingdom Protista. In kingdom Protista, as you know, they are unicellular and eukaryotic. There you can have cellular level, the protoplasmic level, right? But as you know, all animals are multicellular. So you don't find this level in Animalia. This is the level that you can see in case of the unicellular forms like protistans, but it won't come under Animalia, right? When you take up the levels in case of animals, animals will have the level called as cellular level. So in this level of organization, the division of labor, this exists among different cells. Each cell will perform different functions. For example, as you know, sponges are multicellular. They are referred to as cellular aggregates, right? each cell will be performing a different function, like they have cells called porocytes which will have ostia that will allow the water to come into the cell, organism. We have cells being called as the collar cells or the guanocytes, right? They have cells called collar cells. This is the collar cell or guanocyte. This guanocyte or the collar cell will line the body cavity, and this will be helping in creating the water current, and it also helps in the digestion in the animal called as intracellular digestion, right? Like that, each cell will be performing the different functions where the division of work or the division of the various activities is performed by different cells. That's why it remains at the level called cellular level, like in case of sponges. This level you can find in case of sponges. Right? And the next level is the next level of organization is the level being called as, what is the next level? Next level of organization is tissue level, isn't it? So what do you understand by the name tissue? Tissue is a group of cells, right? They generally have a common origin. Cells may be of the same type or cells may be different, but all are coordinated to perform a common function. Then you can call that group of cells as tissue. Okay? Sponges, though they have a number of cells, but they are not coordinated. That's why they fail to form a tissue. Whereas in the animals having the tissue level, the cells are coordinated. They are coordinated and they are interlinked, so that the cells can perform a common function. Here, division of labor or the work is distributed is among the different tissues. Tissue will do it. For example, the cnidarians and ctenophores. These two phylums, earlier they were placed in a kingdom. What is the kingdom? Cnidaria and ctenophora, they come under, we had earlier a phylum. That phylum is now divided as Cnidaria and ctenophora, that is based on the body cavity. Can you guess what the phylum is? The phylum was Coelenterata. This phylum is no more. We divide this Coelenterata as Cnidaria and ctenophora based on cnidoblasts. If cnidoblasts are present, they come under Cnidaria. If cnidoblasts are absent, they come under the ctenophora. Okay. So here the organisms are able to perform the different function based on the tissues. Okay. And these two phylums, they also are diploblastic. That means they have two germ layers called as ectoderm and endoderm. Cnidarians and ctenophores, they have two body layers being called ectoderm and endoderm, diploblastic phylum. So these diploblastic phylums, they are having the level called as the tissue level, right? And right, good. We have the levels being called as, yeah, I find a lot of you are coming out with the answers like Coelenterata, right? So the phylum Coelenterata, this was named basing on the body cavity. These two phylums, they have the body cavity called as coelentron. They have the body cavity being named as coelentron, or what is the other name? What is the other name for coelentron? Coelentron is also called as GVC, no? GVC stands for gastrovascular cavity. Okay, it is called gastrovascular cavity because this will be helping in digestion, this will be helping in circulation. Gastric means digestion or actually stomach. Vascular means the transport or the supply, and the cavity will be helping it. So because of this common cavity that is there in the two phylums, it was named as Coelenterata. Now it is named as the two different phylums. Okay, the phylums called Cnidaria and Ctenophora. This division is based on cnidoblast. So that is the level called tissue level. Next level is the organ level. So organ level of organization, this is saying DL. DL will be existing among organs. What is DL? I'll just for writing I have abbreviated, right? I have abbreviated writing, that is the division of labor I have abbreviated as DL. This is not a standard abbreviation. Don't take it as standard abbreviation, right? DL means division of labor. Division of labor will be existing among the organ level, organs. So this is seen in case of platyhelminthes. So platyhelminthes onwards, organisms, they have organs. Okay. Now platyhelminthes, they are triploblastic. So if I say that all triploblastic animals, they have organs being present in their bodies, is it true? All triploblastic animals, if I say that, I have a statement, I will give you a statement like all triploblastic animals, or they have organs in their body, right? It's true, isn't it? Right, good. And the next level is organ system level. In the organ system level, one particular function or the division of labor is carried out by division of labor exists among different organs. Different organs will come together, or one function is performed by different organs. For example, if you say digestion, right? So digestion will be involving your mouth, your buccal cavity, pharynx, then the long esophagus, stomach. Various organs are involved to form one system called digestion, right? So that is the level called as the organ system level. For this level, examples we have a controversy, because in our NCERT book itself we have controversy related to organ system. At certain point they say that Platyhelminthes has both organ and organ system, right? In some of the part, that is in Animalia, it discusses organ system is present in Aschelminthes, and in some other part it discusses organ system is there from Annelida onwards, right? So to avoid all that, generally they don't go for this controversial, right? Generally they don't go for controversial. So we generally consider organ system means we take from Aschelminthes onwards. Okay, Aschelminthes onwards we can take it as organ system level. Platyhelminthes and Aschelminthes, both of them will include mostly parasites. And as you know, parasites, they have most of their body structures got degenerated, and only the reproductive system is well developed. So basing on that, it is being given as organ system starts from Annelida, but actually the system has started in Platyhelminthes itself. Okay, but we consider, if at all it is given, we go for Aschelminthes onwards. Generally they don't go for this controversial things. Is it okay? Right? Yeah, right, good. That's about the levels that will be helping in classifying the organisms, because basing on the levels we can classify, because we come across the animals coming under mostly organ system level. And the other criteria is so I have given 5 levels of organization called protoplasmic level, cellular level, tissue level, organ system. Now in Animalia, kingdom Animalia, how many levels are present? I have discussed now 5 levels. Okay, 5 levels right from the protoplasmic level. How many are there in Animalia? You need options. First option say 3, second option say 4, third option say 5 levels, fourth option say, for example, say 6 levels. How many levels of organization exist among Animalia? Animalia includes 4 levels, isn't it? Okay, out of the 5, the first level, what I said, called protoplasmic level, that is not there in animals. Okay, animals are multicellular, all animals are multicellular. So you don't find the level called as the protoplasmic level in case of animals. Okay, right, good. We consider also the symmetry in the animals for classifying. Symmetry is defined as the distribution of organisms right? Organism structures in the body, when they follow a particular pattern of distribution or arrangement, then it is called a symmetrical animal. Okay, the internal structures. The internal structures when they are arranged on any geometrical pattern, then we say the organism is symmetrical. Because we are able to cut the animal into equal parts on this particular geometrical pattern, right? We will be able to cut this animal into equal parts based on that particular pattern of distribution. Okay, so that's why the organisms are said to be symmetrical. When there is no pattern followed, when there is no pattern of distribution, when the organism has no pattern of distribution in the arrangement or internal structures, right, then we say the animal is asymmetrical. Right? So, can we cut an asymmetrical animal into equal parts? Can we cut an asymmetrical animal into equal parts? Right? We cannot cut, isn't it? Because it doesn't have any pattern of distribution. At the internal structure, they are not distributed on any particular pattern, that's why we don't get equal parts. We don't get equal parts, or equal parts are named as antimeres. You should remember this word. Equal parts in the organisms are named as antimeres. So you don't get antimeres in asymmetrical animal. You get equal parts only in symmetrical animals. A symmetrical animal can be cut into equal parts or antimeres, okay, on the pattern of distribution. Okay, so we don't get equal parts when the animal is asymmetrical. Asymmetrical example, examples of asymmetrical. Right, most of the sponges are asymmetrical. If I give a statement like all sponges are asymmetrical, is it true or false? I'll give a statement, all sponges are asymmetrical, is it true or false? All sponges are asymmetrical, right? That means it will become a wrong statement, isn't it? This statement is wrong because there are some sponges, we have some exceptions which are like the cyclone leucosolenia, these are radially symmetrical. Okay, all sponges are asymmetrical means wrong. Most of the sponges are asymmetrical, that's good. That statement stands good. But when I say all sponges are asymmetrical, wrong, because we have an exception of these group of animals being called the cyclonoids and the animals being called leucosolenia. Okay, and we also have the example called adult gastropods. Gastropods also being asymmetrical. We have a class in mollusca being called as gastropoda. For example, we have a diagram in the book called snail, apple snail, pila. Right? So the pila is asymmetrical because when the larva is developing into adult, it will undergo a process called torsion or twisting. Okay? The visceral organs will be rotating around 180 degrees where they lose symmetry. That's why they are asymmetrical. So gastropods are asymmetrical. Most of these sponges are asymmetrical. If they give you like larva of gastropods are asymmetrical means wrong. Larva is bilaterally symmetrical. Adult gastropods are asymmetrical. Okay. So symmetry is there in animals in the two different forms. One is being called radial symmetry, the other one is bilateral. We will go for a new page. We have a symmetry in animals named as radial symmetry and the other one called bilateral symmetry. In radial symmetry, you find internal structures, they get arranged on an axis that passes through the center of the animal. So when you cut the animal by a plane passing through the axis or the plane, then we get antimeres. This is also called monoaxial heteropolar symmetry. They have one axis, that's why it is called monoaxial. The axis called oroabral axis, and it is called heteropolar. Hetero means different. It has two different poles being called as oral and aboral. Right? They have two different ends. Ends can be referred to as the poles. So we have two different poles being called oral and aboral. For example, if you take Hydra, Hydra has mouth being present at the end of hypostome. So this is mouth. So this region below the mouth is called hypostome. This region. Hypo means below or less. Stomia means mouth. So this hypostome will bear tentacles. You'll have tentacles being coming from the hypostome. So at the end having mouth is called as oral end, and the opposite end is called aboral. Joining the middle of the oral to the aboral, you will have axis. This is the axis. Passing through the middle of the oral side to the middle of the aboral side, you have the axis being called as oro-aboral axis. So on this axis, you will find internal structures are present on all the radius. So when you cut the animal passing through the axis, you will be able to get equal parts or antimeres. Okay? When you cut the animal, for example, if you take a cross section, say this is the axis. So when you cut the animal like this, you will get antimeres. When you cut the animal on this plane, you will get antimeres. When you cut the animal on this plane, you will get antimeres. When you cut the animals on this plane also, you will get antimeres. Like the planes labeled as say A, B, C, D, you will get antimeres, right? So tell me whether I will be getting antimeres when I cut the animal like this. This is the plane I label as E. When I cut the animal on the plane called E plane, can I get antimeres? Right? We don't get antimeres on this plane because this is not passing through the center. This is not passing through the center, or this is not passing through the animal central axis, oro-aboral axis. So we will be able to cut the animal into equal parts on a plane passing through the axis. So this is the diagram of hydra. Now tell me, on how many planes can I cut hydra into equal parts? You can cut on n number of planes, isn't it? Okay, you will be able to cut on n number of planes. Any plane passing through the center can give you equal parts. Okay, so that is the symmetry called radial that is there in case of Diploblastica, that is Cnidaria and Ctenophora. Do you have any other phylum coming under radial symmetry? Do you find any other phylum coming under radial symmetry? We have one more phylum, the phylum called Echinodermata, no? Echinoderms, adults are radially symmetrical, larva is bilaterally symmetrical. Okay, larva is bilaterally symmetrical, but the adult is radial or pentaradially symmetrical. Okay, so if you give a statement like all diploblastic animals are radially symmetrical, answer this. I'll give a statement like all diploblastic animals are radially symmetrical, either true or false. All radially symmetrical all diploblastic animals are radially symmetrical. Is it true or false? True, isn't it? Diploblastic will include Ctenophora and Cnidaria. Both are diploblastic. So both of them will be exhibiting radial symmetry. Okay. that's about the radial symmetry, where the animals will be having two different ends or two different poles. The poles or ends called as oral and aboral. Here in this symmetry, the organism gets the advantage. Okay, we have an advantage for this. The animal gets the advantage where it has all its sensory structures present all around, because they are present in the radius. Okay, for example, say this is Hydra. Hydra has sensory tentacles being present all around. So it is able to sense the organism coming from either the right side or from the left side or from maybe towards the anterior or the posterior, but the animal doesn't have anterior posterior. So it can respond to the stimuli coming from all sides. Okay, that is the advantage, where sensory structure they exist among all, they present in all directions, so they can respond to the stimuli, or they may be able to get the food material or the prey coming from all sides. It will be able to take it. So this symmetry is seen in case of the animals which are slow moving animals, the animals or organisms which are planktonic. Now, what are these planktonic animals or organisms? Planktonic means the organisms which are weak locomotive structures and they get drifted by water current. Right? They don't have well developed locomotive structure, they get just carried away by the water currents. So such organisms will have the symmetry being called radial symmetry. And in this symmetry you don't find the anterior side, posterior side, dorsal or ventral, they are absent. Okay. So all diploblastic animals are radially symmetrical goes true. Right, this is true statement, because you will have the two phylums called Cnidaria and Ctenophora or Coelenterata will come under it. Okay. Shall we go for a new page where we learn about bilateral symmetry. We have symmetry being named as the bilateral symmetry. In this, we will be able to cut the animal into equal parts only on one plane. What is the other name for equal parts? Equal parts are named as antimeres. You can cut on only one plane or one axis, the plane called the median sagittal plane. This plane passes from anterior to posterior, right, from mid dorsal to mid ventral. For example, say this is an animal, right? Imagine this as an animal. So this is the dorsal side and this is the ventral side. Okay. So this is the anterior and this is posterior. So middle of the dorsal means it is present here. This is the middle of the dorsal. Middle of the ventral means lies here. So anterior to posterior, you will have in the center the axis called median sagittal. So if I cut the animal passing through the axis, then only I will get antimeres. You don't get antimeres or equal parts on any other plane. So when I am cutting this animal on this plane, I will be getting right half of the animal and left half of the animal. Okay, what I get is, I get bi means 2, lateral means sides. I will be getting right side or the right half of the animal, and I will be getting left half of the animal. That is why the symmetry is named as bilateral. Okay, animal can be cut into equal parts only on one plane. You should remember this. You cannot cut on more than one plane, right? And what you get here is, you will get a right half of the animal and left half of the animal. And this symmetry has anterior surface, or animal has anterior end, posterior end. Animals possess dorsal surface, ventral surface and lateral sides. Animal develops anterior and posterior. Along with that, animal also develops the dorsal, ventral and lateral sides. Okay. Now this symmetry has an advantage. The advantage of this symmetry is cephalization. Cephalization means cephale or cephalic means head. So formation of head is called as cephalization. Okay, what happened is, all sensory structures present in the animal, say for example this is the animal, all sensory structures in the animal, they move towards the anterior side, and this side gets specialized and it's separated from the rest of the body, say like this, as the head. So when the animal is moving, the head will be coming first. So this will have all sensory structures. All the sensory structures in the animal, they have moved to this anterior end, and that is separated as the head. Now this head is specialized. So it can detect the changes in the environment quite easily. It will be able to escape from the predator easily. It will be able to locate the food material easily, and it can also locate the mate, right? And it can sense the environment better because this will come first. So that is the advantage in the symmetry called bilateral, that is there right from Platyhelminthes onwards. From the phylum Platyhelminthes onwards, you will find the symmetry called bilateral. Right? So if I give a statement like bilateral symmetry is present in triploblastic animals, is it true? I'll give a statement like triploblastic animals are bilaterally symmetrical, is it true? It's true, isn't it? Right, good. Okay, because they all will be starting from Platyhelminthes. Okay, so Platyhelminthes onwards, you will have the symmetry called bilateral. Okay, the time is getting up, isn't it? So we need to wind up. Right, thank you for viewing and try to get the things detailed. We will have a detailed discussion in our regular program, okay, where we will be dealing with all the things in detail, so that you can gain confidence in answering the questions, right? Okay, So myself is being KSR, I will be handling zoology here. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.